No one's relationship status survived its first pandemic unfazed, so what lies in store for the future of dating? This is Tomorrow Today. If you've been single in the last decade, you've likely found yourself surfing through the talent pool on the apps. We are the first generation to do the majority of our flirting while sitting on the toilet. These swipey games come in all varieties. There are broad standouts like Hinge, which tries to encourage people to have personalities, and more effective apps for F-boys. There's an app for every religion. Christian Mingle for Christians to mingle. JDate to optimize Jewish guilt. JSwipe to optimize Jewish guilt. Coffee Meets Bagel to optimize Jewish guilt. Muzzmatch for Muslims. Muzzle for dog lovers who BDSM. Bumble for women who make the first move by writing, hey. Raya for hot people that suck. And even The League, an app for accountants and traveling consultants to discuss Zillow. And of course, Farmers Only, which is why I'm currently dressed as Chinese brawny man.
Where's Jill?
She's really lonely and out walking the cornfield again.
You don't have to be lonely at farmersonly.com.
Are all these apps actually helping people find lasting love? Well, more than 4 in 10 millennials don't live in a family unit, which is more than any previous generation. Surely people must use these apps for boinking, right? I mean, sexual congress must be happening left and right for the vaxxed and waxed. No. Cool, it's not just me. Since the turn of the century, sexual inactivity in men in their 18 to 24-year-old prime has risen over 31%, or gone flaccid by 69%. So that means our young, fertile humans find themselves in less emotionally loving relationships and partaking in less physically loving relationships. Considering parents are reportedly less happy overall than those without kids, it shouldn't surprise there's a whole subsect of Japan that is completely asexual. They understand sex is only for unhappy people. Why procreate and push out some organic, selfish legacy into this cruel world? Or live at the mercy of complicated codependencies? Or avoid your inner demons with carnal, fleeting pleasure? Forget getting off. What does this mean for the future of our species? Because birth rates are the lowest in the US than they've ever been. And of those babies being born, almost half of all fully baked pregnancies, like whole baby, are unintentional. Not to mention, male fertility is declining at an alarming rate. Some doctors anticipate men will be unable to produce sperm by the year 2045. That's not far away. I should theoretically still be able to do that then with a Pfizer pill. Children of Men is a documentary? For a speed date on these trends, dating expert Gabi Conti. We're here with Gabi Conti, the author of 20 Guys You Date in Your 20s. There is an app for everything right now.
There is.
Should we be investing more time or less time in apps?
I would say more and less time. If you are someone who is not on a dating app at all and you're not having luck meeting people IRL, I think you should be seeing what dating apps can happen for you. But I think that on the app, we shouldn't be spending so much time on the dating app that we're not actually connecting with people on a serious level. We shouldn't just be swiping as like a way to pass time. We should have an intention, whatever that intention is. Transparency is so important in dating, and I think because of dating apps and because of our screens, it's so easy to hide. I wish there was a dating app that would encourage that more and allow that more.
Well, I have a couple of potential new app ideas.
Okay, let's hear them. Yeah,
perfect. First one is Vaxxed, which has 3 X's, and it just partners you with someone who got the same vaccine as you.
I love that. I think that's great. They're all different types of people, for sure.
This one is not exactly romantic, but it is about a playmate. It's called Baby with B-A-E.
B-A-E,
and it allows newborns to partner with other cute newborns for like the best Instagram photos.
Oh, I think that's
great. So it's more for the mothers too.
To connect
and fathers.
And make a friend.
Yes. And the third one is Josh Date. It's highly specific, and it's exclusively for dating Joshes.
Oh, that's great.
It's actually live, and I'll just show you.
Oh my goodness, look at that. And there you are with yourself.
The tagline is for when you know what you're looking for.
And it's Josh.
Google says the site is not secure.
Okay, all right. Are you also not secure, Josh?
moving on from dating.
Yes.
Fertility.
I think you're being told to freeze your eggs. I remember I was told at 27, which I think is a little young. But I also kind of feel like the freezing eggs thing, this is just from my own personal experience, kind of feels like a scam. The amount of money that you have to have is like as much as like student loans almost, it feels like to some extent.
But this is also a question of male fertility.
Sure.
Is there a reason that we don't talk about the fact that it could very much be on our side?
I think that's another double standard, right? I really hope we have more of those types of conversations because it does take two people to have a baby.
But truthfully, is the future of dating in reality shows?
I hope not. I would say the one thing that I think we adapted during the pandemic was the concept of having first dates be either phone calls or Zoom dates, which I know sound terrible, but I think there's something really great from that, which is that you can usually tell if you're attracted to someone or if you have a connection with someone within the first few minutes of meeting them.
So how do you thoughtfully decouple and not just ghost?
The ghosting that does happen, which I think is okay, is if you go on one date with someone and like nothing happens and then neither of you set up a second date, I think that's fine. I think you're fair game.
You had 30 dates in 3 days.
Yes.
Can you talk of the value of speed dating?
I think there's a benefit of going on a bunch of dates and also kind of opening yourself up to anyone, because usually types and toxic kind of can go hand in hand to break your patterns.
And considering we can now just find everything about each other in 6 seconds, what
Right.
is the value of blind dates or any other sort of setups?
I've been on a blind date before, like actual blind, had no idea what the person looked like date. He was significantly older than me and also had never had a serious relationship. Blind dates could be bad because I think we as people know what our non-negotiables are. And so if someone sets you up on a blind date with someone who has one of those non-negotiables of yours, it's a waste of time. Friended me on Facebook after, which I was like, okay, this is...
It's because he's 50.
Yeah. If he had done that prior to the date, I would have known he was 50, not because of his age on his Facebook, but because he friended me on Facebook and not Instagram.
Outside of everyone starting their own Grindr on Squarespace like me, what's in store for tomorrow's dating scene? I think, unless we change behaviors today, dating is less personal, less realistic, and harder to find. For our grandparents, when you survived a war and you meet one of 3 eligible partners in your shtetl, you settle. You're alive, I'm alive. That's the one. Ned Stark made it work. Build that marriage with your brother's ex-fiancé. Maybe Westeros isn't the best place to draw relationship goals. I'm clueless. Paul Rudd is 20-something here, playing a 16-year-old stepbrother. Actually, that seems to be the most popular couple goal on Pornhub. This may be why I'm still single. Why are you taking advice from me? Or Hollywood? Love hard. Thanks for watching.